Ladies in red. Ladies in red. Ladies in red. Discuss the latest news, just fans giving their views. This channel is red. They see the bar and raise it, plus they rep for the ladies. Trust it's red. Female voices in football. Red. If you want to talk up, it's a red channel for me and you. Subscribe and tune in to the Ladies in Red.
Hi guys, welcome back to Ladies in Red. I'm joined by the lovely Nat. Got loads to talk about, to be fair. Considering it's an international break, a lot to talk about, and I cannot wait to get into it. But firstly, Nat, how are you doing? And I hope you're feeling better, mate.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm feeling better. People probably know, but yeah, I have positive but asymptomatic-ish. But yeah, I feel better. I'm out and about now, just getting a fresh air in your lungs. It's good again. It's good to be out. Take care of everyone out. You know, it's you know, a lot of people are getting it at the minute, so you know, just take care of yourself, everyone. Good.
I'm glad you're feeling better, and good to hear that you're out and about. I know you went to watch Villa against Leicester ladies today, so obviously I'll touch base and see how that was. But I'm gonna obviously the topic of the video is Bruno Fernandes. I saw on Twitter yesterday that a lot of people were debating whether Bruno is overrated or overhated. As a United fan, I'm a bit baffled by this, but believe it or not, there was a lot of United fans who were involved in this debate as well, and there were people who had arguments for both sides of the story. I'm just going to let you know his overall record at United in the Premier League, and we're focused on the league. So he's got 54 appearances, 29 goals and 19 assists. For a midfielder, that's mad, isn't it? What's your thoughts on Bruno Fernandes and that debate?
Quality. I don't understand how anyone can hate. Well, you know, if you're a rival fan, they hate him probably. Scoring so many goals, assisting. And then obviously maybe they think, oh, he's overhyped. Because, you know, fans are going to hype players. It's going to happen. But people sit there and say he's overrated. I think that's madness to say that he's overrated. He's absolutely quality player. Gets the goals, gets the assists. For me, he's definitely overhated then if you're going to say anything. But
yeah,
why would you hate him unless you're a rival? And we
must have loads.
Yeah, exactly.
So... yeah, whether it's penalty or not, for me, you've still got to put it away, ain't you? I mean, I'm a player coming into the club like Bruno Fernandes doesn't have any impact that he has had on this club. Like you just can't measure it really. It's been phenomenal. It's hard to think of the last player that we had who had that kind of impact on the club and the whole team, the whole morale. He's a leader as well as everything else. Like you are right, rival fans I can understand it. He's one of the players you'd hate. He does dive around a little bit. He does rattle the opposition. He does wind the opposition fans up. I get that. But United fans talking about Bruno being overrated, like that just baffles me. Like what a player he is, and like I said, the impact he has had in that, he's been superb, hasn't he?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's well, like you say, that impact. He's changed our team round. He's changed, you know, from he's that like Cantona-esque kind of player. We just win with him, you know. We know we can win because we've got him in it. And I think you know, people underestimate that kind of energy that he's got, and that's why, like you said, we're a different team with him, and when he doesn't play, you know, we don't look as good. So how anyone can, like you say, might score a lot of penalties, who cares? It goes in the back of the net and you can only score what's in front of you. And you know, he gets a lot of penalties, you know, he's fouled a lot, so gets a lot of free kicks, you know. Maybe that's why they think, I don't know, but like you said, at rivals you can understand it, but when you see the way he's changed our team, I don't understand as a United fan how you can say he's overrated.
I agree. I'm going to get into the chat, and obviously everyone's opinion is welcome. If you guys think he's overrated, just explain to me, and I'd obviously understand that. But like I say, from United fans, I just can't quite get my head around it. Rahul said Bruno hasn't lost an away game in the Premier League. Definitely is overhated, and this is absolutely inevitable. That record is insane. Never lost an away game. That's madness. And Zoe, obviously a Chelsea fan, says, for me, he's overrated. I look at it similar the way to look at Salah. Their numbers are amazing, but they are overhyped because of those numbers. For me, you want players who are going to step up in the big moments, the players who are going to get the game by the scruff of the neck. And I think often Bruno has been that guy for us. And don't get me wrong, I do think towards the end of last season that I'm sure you'd agree, he did look tired. He was giving the ball away a lot. He wasn't having the impact that he has had. But for me, he started this season on fire. I mean, he's got 3 appearances, 3 goals this season. Obviously, with the likes of Ronaldo coming in as well, I'm excited. I do think that this will probably take him on to that next level. But I think a lot of time people get frustrated because he might give the ball away. He tries those risky passes, and when it doesn't come off, it's frustrating. But for me, like, he's that creative spark in there. He's the one who should be trying them passes. That's part of his game, isn't it?
Yeah, you want the players to be. That's what I think. I think a lot of the time we were watching like Louis van Gaal football and all this kind of like, you know, Jose Mourinho boring. players aren't taking the risk. Well, you know, if you're going to play a ball over the top, 9 times out of 10 you might make it, but then that time when you do make it and it gets a goal,
Exactly,
you're all buzzing. And so there's no point looking at the times when he doesn't make it. Yeah, obviously if it's stupid, giving it away and losing it, you don't need it if it's sort of in your own half, especially. But you want players, and he was this guy that came in, like I said, we didn't look like we had any spark, and then he's come in and he's grabbing the games by the scruff of the necks and he's winning us. And like you say, that record, not lost an away game in the Premier League, it's mad. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. And
it's crazy.
It's the aura of him. It's the aura of him. That's why I think he's such a good player, because he's changed our whole team. You know, the whole aura of the team now feels different through him.
And it's his attitude as well, though. Like you mentioned there, he might give the ball away, and there's some players who will give the ball away, and let's face it, they'll amble, they'll sulk, they'll throw their arms in the air. Whereas Bruno Fernandes gives the ball away, and I guarantee he's one of the first ones trying to get that ball back. Like his desire and his attitude to work for the team and get the ball back. I mean, that's invaluable, isn't it? You can't put a stat on that, but 9 times out of 10, he's one of the players who actually run the furthest on the pitch.
Yeah, that's why I do look at stats, I do look at goals and assists, but I look at how like the players are more like, and I suppose people say people like vibes and stuff like that. But no, I look at like you say, you can see in the 90th minute he's still chasing down, like harrying to win the ball back, and it'll be in the opposition half, and that's how he's harrying. You know, he'll run all the way back to stop a goal. He's upset when we lose. This is the kind of player that we've missed for ages, and I just, you know, like you said,
I love him. I love the guy. And like I say, I can understand why rivals would be rattled, because I think if he was playing for another club, he'd probably get on my nerves as well. Like he does get to ground sometimes a bit soft, or he does whine at the referee. But he's just, for me, on the ball, like I say, the impact that he has for us in the dressing room, the impact that he has. Curly said there that most of these online debates about players is really cyber shit. Bruno is a player that any top side would want to have. It's just pure jealousy, and any real United fan saying Bruno is overrated is a twat. What's your thoughts on that, Lord? Do you think Bruno would walk into any other team in the Premier League?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 100%. I mean, like you said, you just talked about those numbers, and it's like I said, it's his kind of attitude, his personality. I'm worried about not one of the players. Well, yeah, okay. I'd love to know though from Zoe who she would be worried about. Then, if she's not worried about Bruno, who is she worried about? Because obviously you go into teams, and then you know there's some players you are worried about, some players you're not. There will be players that you are. So I'd love to know who she thinks. I mean, I think, you know, Pogba, he came in, he didn't really play well. He would have on and off moments. I think he's absolutely quality, but he'd have on and off. Whereas I feel like, you know, Bruno's been consistent, playing high level throughout. Yeah. Like you said, he got a bit tired. You expect that, because I think there was times we couldn't even drop him. I remember that West Ham game where they had the fans back just for a little bit, and we dropped him, and we were awful, but then he came on and then he changed the whole game, and we won like 4-1 or 4-2 or something. You know, that's what I say, impact. He's the way he does it, the way he can, you know, change games literally like I just said, like that West Ham game. It's just
I could kind of see Zoe's point. Maybe you're thinking he's not rapid, he's not going to dribble past someone. A lot of time it might have to be like a wonder goal, unless, like you say, we earn a penalty or he wins a penalty. But for me, like when he pulls it off, when he pulls off that key pass, and when the team are playing well, like moving in and around him, I think he can be really effective. Yeah, he might be wasteful a lot of times on the ball, but let's face it, he's got the quality to play that cutting pass. And those defining moments, like I say, a lot of the time it comes through Bruno Fernandes, whether it's through winning a penalty, whether it's through a wonder free kick, or whether it's through just his intelligence and his quick thinking on the ball. Like, I think he's so pivotal to us. Nassif said there, those who say Bruno is overrated forgot the impact he's brought to this team, changed everyone, is a true leader. Completely. I mean, he's come in to a team that was unsettled, that was on a bit of a downward path, you might want to say. I don't think we were on a path. We were kind of in free fall. We didn't really know which direction we were going in. And since we signed Bruno Fernandes, it just gave everyone a big lift, didn't it? It's a player that obviously we were talking about for a long time, and we finally got him. And I don't think anybody expected him to have the impact that he has had on this team. And he deserves massive credit for that. And we've already mentioned that away record. He's not lost a game away from home. That's incredible. That is an incredible statement, isn't it? Emmanuel says there Bruno is a striker. I think a lot of time I would say his one weakness probably is positionally, because he does bomb forwards. I don't think he's very disciplined in a defensive sense, but what I will say is his attitude and his work rate to get back and try and recover those positions is second to none. But I think your best players now, I mean, you look at the likes of Messi, Ronaldo, especially early in their career, your best players, you want to have that free role where they can pick up the ball in the pockets and be intelligent. And I think Bruno is that player. I think he does have a bit more of a free role in his team. They want him to get on the ball and make a difference, don't they?
Yeah, 100%. And when he's playing at his best football, he is in that free world. He is chipping. I remember the game just before we were all locked down, and that free kick they did to Martial, where he just chipped it over. It's quality, and that's the difference. And like people are saying, the impact that he's had, that just makes me. He's one of, I wouldn't say world class just yet. I wouldn't say like he's the best in the world kind of thing, but you can't deny the impact that he's had on Man United. And like what Curler said, true fans, I don't understand why you'd call him overrated.
I don't understand. James said every time we play United, I'm always worried about Fernandes and Martial. They always seem to score against us. I hope Martial returns to that kind of form where he is scoring. Obviously, he hasn't really been that. Not off topic massively, but how did you enjoy the Villa ladies? Go on, we'll get on to the ladies a little bit. Yeah. The women yesterday for United had a fantastic start to the season. But firstly, up today, how was Villa ladies?
Yeah, it was good. It was a lot of people there, good atmosphere. I'm a big person on atmosphere, especially in women's football. I think the better the atmosphere, the more people will come back and enjoy it and stuff. So there was a lot of singing, a lot of people shouting and, trying to build it up. It was good. I think Villa ladies are going to do well this season. I'm a big fan. I know we talked about it. I'm a big fan of the manager, Carla Ward. Big fan. I think she's a great manager. You could tell that they needed a striker. They've got one in. I think she's going to start on Monday. So that'll be good for them. And obviously they got the 3 points. I know that Carla Ward wasn't that impressed with the way the performance, but it doesn't matter because 3 points, all that matter. And yeah, I agree with that as well. I love the Villa second goal on a Bache.
What a goal.
What a goal. What a goal.
We were also saying as well, off camera, but obviously Hansen's goal kind of went under the radar, the pass from Tooney, as you already mentioned. But the finish with the outside of the foot as well, I mean, that was a classy little finish. What was your thoughts, obviously, because United new manager and stuff, I think we kind of went into this season not really knowing what to expect. Obviously, we've seen bits in pre-season and whatnot. But it was impressive yesterday, wasn't it? I thought we looked comfortable, assured, and like I say, some of the football going forwards, we scored 2 great goals. Are you confident going into this season after seeing that?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm confident that it's going to be a good season. I think we are like, we only finished 1 point off third. That's Champions League space. So I think we are that kind of team. Yeah, we've lost, we lost Tobin, lost Kristen, lost LJ, but I think they've brought in players, and the players that they brought in, I thought Hannah Bundell was really good. Running down the wing, Mannion, really good defender. So I'm confident. Yeah, I think we're all a bit nervous. We didn't know what to expect from Mark Skinner, but he looked really up for it. I think like you can't underestimate in any game, but especially in the women's game, like the togetherness of a team, and that will get you over the line. So you can have all the great players, but I think with Man United women now, I think they look like together they're one. And that's hopefully what will make them get across the line and get Champions League football this year.
Definitely, but a positive start, and obviously want to kick on from that and take confidence from that. You've got to, ain't you? So, it's quality into the fans back there as well. I mean, you could hear the atmosphere. Obviously, missing a certain Natalie, but she got a shout out on Sky Sports, which was class, by the way. That must have been mad for you.
Yeah, well, I didn't even hear it. I did, but I was just chilling, drinking, happy, chatting to me housemate, and then next minute, boom. Natalie getting a shout out, bing, bing, bing on my phone. I was like, what? And then someone sent me through the video and I heard it back slightly a bit. I was like, what? Is she really? And it was just like, it was mad. It was class, innit? Sky Sports main event, women's football. And they're saying my name.
That's class. Absolute class. So even though you weren't there in person, you were definitely there in spirit. Like you said, it was quality. But I'm sure the Barmy Army will be looking forward to getting you back now, obviously that you're recovered. Ashley said last season, no midfielder ran more across the season than Bruno. His work rate is unparalleled. Goals and assists are one thing. His ethics are even better. And that's what I mean. A lot of time you have these class players who on the ball are superb, but then they sulk him and I don't know, they give the ball away or it's not quite going to plan. Bruno isn't that kind of player. He gets on it. He doesn't hide. And sometimes he may be having an off game, he's frustrated, but I can guarantee you one thing, he doesn't hide. He still tries to get the ball. That's what I mean, he's that leader, isn't it? And he's got the right attitude. And like I said, bringing Ronaldo into playing with him as well. I'm just really excited about it. Connor said the quality was brilliant yesterday, in my opinion. Anna and Hannah at fullbacks looked very, very good. Obviously, Connor, I know that was it his first game yesterday, and he said he was happy to be part of the community. And it's really good that you've experienced it because it is superb at LSB. But yeah, I think the fullbacks look really good. Like you mentioned, we've got a good young squad, a new manager. It's refreshing to see it United, and like I say, onwards and upwards. Great start to the season, and let's see if we can kick on from that now. But in terms of women's football, obviously Tobin Heath has gone to Arsenal. I was gutted not to see that, absolutely gutted. And someone's just asked in the chat, do we know the reasoning behind it? I believe it was a dream of hers, wasn't it, to play for Arsenal?
She's an Arsenal fan, and we didn't get Champions League. They got Champions League. As far as I'm aware, Champions League for her was a deal breaker. So if you didn't have it, she wasn't going to join you. I don't know who she was chatting with. I heard it was a few teams. Obviously, it's heartbreaking because she was like the Bruno for the women's team.
Yeah.
Everything went through her. She's created so many, all the goals. When we were 2-0 down at City and she scored that goal and it went viral and everyone's buzzing off it. And then now to have her playing at Arsenal, it's going to be crazy. I think the manager said it's a short-term deal, so we won't have to probably see it for a lot. But it is good to have such good players in the league still. I'm surprised because a lot of all the Americans went back, but she's the one staying there. It's gutting as a fan.
As a football fan, like you say, it's nice that she's still in the league because she was a baller, to be fair, very entertaining. Sad that she's not in United Red, but obviously she's still at Arsenal. And hopefully United get Champions League next season so we can keep these kind of players or attract these kind of players. That's obviously the aim, isn't it? We want to get a Champions League spot this season. But yeah, Tobin Heath, I was gutted to see her sign for Arsenal. She was a great... Obviously, Lauren James was my favourite player. She's gone to Chelsea. And Tobin Heath was another one who up there for me was just an entertaining player. I love watching her. That goal against City that you mentioned that went viral as well was a great finish. But let's see. Hopefully we can, like I say, get that Champions League spot and keep these kind of players and attract these kind of players to Manchester United because that's ultimately where we want to be at and where we deserve to be at, I think. Move on back onto the men's. Ronaldo. You might have heard of him. He's come back to United. I don't know if you knew about him that, but yeah, he's come back home. There's been a lot of content. I mean, the other night, 2 goals in 5 minutes. I don't know if you watched it. I watched that game for Ronaldo. Did you see just beforehand as well where he's trying to lift the crowd, he's applauding and he's like cheering the crowd, trying to get them behind? What a guy. People are saying he's past it and that, and he's still doing stuff like that.
No. People, it's like what we're saying here, overrated, overhated. And then the minute he was going to City, he's great, it's a fantastic for City. Then the minute he's signed at United, no, he's past it, he's old, he's finished. Come on, man. Come on. You know better than that, yeah? You know better than to say Ronaldo past it, finished. And like Ollie said, keep saying that, because that's only going to be motivation for him. Him hearing, I'm past it, finished, bang, bang, 2 goals in 5 minutes, madness. I just switched on towards the end because I was listening on, I can't remember, it come on the radio like they were losing. I thought, what's this? And so I switched at the end, and you're thinking, it's going into the final, they're going to lose this game. Because apparently he missed the penalty as well, so that's the thing with someone like him. Doesn't put him down, you can miss a penalty, it doesn't matter, bam, keep going. You can miss a few freaks, don't matter, keep going, bang, the ball in the box, the header, the movement. He's
the power in that header as well, the second one in particular. I mean, he's running away from goal and he's made it look easy, but the power he generated in that is insane. Good evening to Statics, just saw you in the chat. And Alien Tenno, thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate it. It's very kind of you. She says, how did Dad take the payback? Go, Man United. Honestly, he's not really spoke about it, to be fair. I think he was a bit of a sulk. He was texting me throughout the game. He said they'd been robbed. But other than that, he hasn't really discussed it. So I think he's still a bit bitter about it. I obviously am very happy about the whole situation because I did think we were lucky against Wolves. But of course, I'll take it. But yeah, the Ronaldo goals, obviously, it's heartbreak for Ireland, but it just shows like he can just flip a game on its head just in a matter of a few minutes. Like, he's such a class talent. And he's got the number 7. We all said, is he going to get the number 7 or is he going to get 21 now? Dan James has gone. Cavani's gone with his 21, which obviously plays for Uruguay. Ronaldo's ended up with 7. Firstly, I want to say Edinson Cavani, I love him to bits. What an absolute guy to do that. Obviously, there's rumours Phil Jones didn't do the same for Varane. And a lot of people, I saw people hating on Cavani, which I think is disgusting. Personally, I absolutely adore the guy, but I think it shows what character he is as well. The fact that he let Ronaldo obviously have his 7. What a guy. What a guy.
Yeah, it's top quality, that. And I mean, obviously, Cristiano thanked him and said, thank you. I didn't think I was going to. And I mean, Cristiano would have gone with it no matter what, because it's, it's just a number, you know what I mean? But it is everything, CR7, that's what we talked to him about. So it is sort of, if it couldn't happen, I would have been devastated. But yeah, true gentleman that he let.
Definitely. Definitely. Cavani is a gentleman, Rahul said there. And Dan James obviously has gone to Leeds. Are you happy? I mean, we've had many discussions about Dan James that we felt that his final product needed to be better. However, his pace is useful, especially in games where it's a bit more open, where he can obviously drive that counter attack. But it was a bit frustrating in the final third. Personally, I was a bit sad to see him go so early, and I know a lot of people laugh about that, but for me, it was a useful squad player to have. But at the same time, with Ronaldo coming in, you have to appreciate that he's young. He wants to play obviously regular football. Leeds wanted him from a long, long time ago, and that move made sense, didn't it, at that time?
Yeah, I mean, as well, I heard. I know it's sort of going off topic, but it's sort of still the same around that. You know, Dan James started the first game, but then I look at, I know that it's not his fault why he couldn't play, but you know, Jesse Lingard, he stayed, and it just sort of is a bit like, you know, in a way, I think Lingard's good, but you know, Dan James has been in this squad, they're used to him, they know how he plays, you know, like you say, useful squad player. So I am a bit upset, but then you bringing in Ronaldo, that's another person that's ahead of you. You know, it was a good bit of business, and other people are saying 30 million, and it's a good. He needs to play, and then you look at, like, you know, I know it was a bit harsh that what Gary Neville said, but it is true in a way. You know, these kids, they're young, they want to play. He wants to play. He's playing regularly for Wales. There's no point sitting on the bench. It's
at the age he's at. It's no point. I agree with this. Good move for Dan James for Leeds. I think obviously he'll play regular football because Bielsa really wanted him, so he's going to get game time there, and also very good money for us. Obviously, I think it was near enough double what we paid for him. It wasn't far off that, wasn't it? Like, we had really good business, to be fair. We recouped some of that money. A lot of us felt that money would be invested into a CDM. That obviously didn't happen, which means we're going into this season with the likes of Fred and McTominay. And I'm not going to rule out Donny van der Beek as well. I hope that he gets some game time. Apparently, a move for him was blocked. His agent was making off, wasn't he, saying that he wanted to leave on a loan, preferably. I think Everton apparently were interested. But what's your thoughts on that? Do you think Donny will get a look in this season if injuries do happen in that midfield in particular?
Yeah, he's got to really now, and he's got to play. If he doesn't play, I can see potentially them pushing it again in January. You know, for him to go out, but I suppose that's what you want to see. You want to see someone upset that they're not playing. You don't want them to be like, "Oh, cool, I'm happy here." You know, no matter what, he's come in, obviously been told whatever. And obviously then there's talk, Ollie blocked it because he told him, no, you are in my plans. We do need players, you know, like you say, it's a long, hard season. And I'm happy he's staying. I would have been upset if he did leave, because I do think we need different options. You know, it's like I said, it's a long season, you know. Fred, I know people don't like Fred and McTominay. I do rate McTominay a lot, but, you know, I think I agree with that. If he doesn't play often, he will go. And I am actually quite disappointed that he hasn't been playing, you know, more often than what we've seen. But
I would like to see a McTominay-Donny combo in there, I think. I think I would like to see McTominay and Donny tried in there rather than McTominay and Fred. And I know a lot of people probably agree with me on this one, but for me, McTominay should be over Fred in terms of the first choice for a CDM. Not Fred, for me, shouldn't be in there. Not good enough on the ball. Obviously, I know McTominay's been injured, so to an extent I can understand it, but I think, like we just highlighted, especially the game against Southampton and Wolves, to be fair, I think it highlighted our need for a quality CDM, didn't it? I mean, you saw Declan Rice playing for England the other day, and he was superb, breaking the play up. Even Calvin Phillips, to be fair. But I think that's what we're crying out for now, that CDM. Obviously, Ronaldo coming in, we mentioned it. You do not miss out on the chance to bring Ronaldo home, of course not, and I understood that totally. But we all know that CDM is where we should be targeted. And it'd be interesting to see what does happen in January. But up until then, we are stuck with the likes of McTominay and Fred. For me, McTominay should be playing more. And I'd like to see Donny featuring in that midfield at some point. And he might be a point where Pogba gets moved back into that midfield as well. Obviously, the likes of Sancho, Greenwood, Cavani, Ronaldo, Martial, Rashford coming back into that as well. I mean, our attacking... It's just crazy, isn't it? The options we've got going forward now are mad. I mean, I wouldn't like the choice what Ollie has. It's going to be a right headache. But do you think Ronaldo will start? I mean, there's been a big hype about it. I think there's tickets going for 2,500 and stuff like this for Newcastle. He's got to start anyway.
Yeah, he's got to start. It's what everyone's waiting for. He'll be expected to start. I don't think he's the kind of guy. Well, I don't know. Back when he was playing for us, you know, he wasn't the kind of guy to sort of upset. And he knows the sort of way it is. He knows he'll. You know, if he is on the bench saying, come on, it's just going to be immense. But, yeah, I think he'll start. And I agree with you what you said about Scotty being above Fred as well. But, yeah, I think Ronaldo has to start. I think he'll get a goal. Whether it's a last-minute header like he did versus Ireland, or whether it's a goal from the start, who knows. But I think
I just want to hear the whole of Old Trafford going, see! That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear, the whole of Old Trafford with him. But I can't wait to see him back at Old Trafford, see the kind of reception he's going to get. I mean, I can only imagine how good it's going to be. I'm gutted I can't get a ticket. I've been trying, and understandably, it's near impossible to get one. Like I say, apparently £2,500 people have been selling them for, which is mad. What would your front three be against Newcastle then? Because obviously Sancho's had a knock. He's obviously come back home to Manchester United. He's had a knock for England. Apparently, it is only a minor knock, but obviously it does put him in debt for that Newcastle game. Let's say he's fit, which I imagine he will be. What would your preferred front three be?
It's tough.
It's hard. Imagine Ollie's decision.
Yeah. Oh, I just think, Ronaldo. I can't even remember who he's. Ronaldo, Sancho, and
Greenwood.
Yeah. Greenwood has to start. Greenwood's been, player of the month. He's been on fire. So yeah, definitely Greenwood. Yeah. I mean, but yeah,
I would love to see at some point as well us play, whether it's a standard 4-4-2 or whether, I don't know, but I would love to see a front two of Cavani and Ronaldo at some point as well, just to see them two play together. I think it would just be class to see them two.
Yeah, I think we're going to see it because I think there'll be times probably when you push him for goals and stuff, I think we'll definitely see it. But yeah, it'd be good to see if he starts with that. That would be absolutely amazing. And, it's a difference. What a difference like a couple of seasons make. And then look at our striking options now. It's mad. And that was a point where we were like, oh, we're so weak. We need this, we need that. We've got Sancho and Ronaldo now. It's just crazy. But I still think Greenwood is still smashing it, you know what I mean? And I think he will still smash it no matter what.
Good evening to you, Zoe, and I hope you have a good one. Obviously, Zoe's leaving us now. But yeah, I think in terms of Greenwood, I mean, player of the month, well deserved in my opinion. Unfortunate not to get in that England squad. Obviously, Bamford got in over him. But his time will come, Greenwood. I mean, there's only so long that Southgate can block him out for, because if this kid keeps breaking down barriers like he is doing, like he's so clinical in front of goal, and right now, obviously, Ronaldo comes in, you think he's an automatic starter, but out of the front three, you'd have to say Greenwood's the first name on the team sheet, you'd think, from Ollie, the way that he started this season, because I think the rest in the summer really helped him, didn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And then, like you say, even with this England setup now, I think, just on the way that Ollie was talking about it, we've had discussions and this and that, I think it's, potentially they're still sort of not skeptical. Obviously, they want him to play for England, he wants to play for your country, but I think, like, United are a bit, just leave him now and, eventually he will. And I think it's right, just let him mature as a player, let him be who he is. And, there's no point burning him out just to play, games that we're going to win comfortably, which we did. And so,
you're right.
The time will come for him.
That's what Ollie probably needed to improve on last season, the rotation of the squad. I think obviously saw like Maguire, Bruno playing every minute, Bruno looking dead on his feet at the end of the season. Rotation is key, and that's where I hope Donny does feature a bit more. And obviously we've already got Cavani, Martial, I've already mentioned. In terms of Martial, obviously there's been a lot of criticism over his performances, but he came on the left in our last game, and to be honest with you, I felt that it suited him a bit better. He looked a bit more confident out on that left-hand side.
Yeah, that's where I think he's best. I mean, I know he is wearing that 9, but I think I've always thought he's best as that sort of left wing, cutting inside, crossing it out in, because I think with him, he can do wonders. He's amazing. He can do wonders. But I think with number 9, you have to be on it. You have to be ready all the time. And just with him, you can switch on and off. And I think as a 9, you can't do that. Whereas on the wing, you've got time, you've got the space in front of you, you can see it. Whereas, as a 9, it's being played into you. Sometimes your back's against the goal. It just doesn't work for him. There's that pressure, whereas on the wing, he can do this.
Yeah. I was going to say, when he's centrally, you think, the pressure's on his shoulders to get the goals. Ideally, he's going to be between the sticks. He's not a natural striker. How many times have you seen us whip a ball into the box and we've got no one attacking that near post, the way that Cavani would do, the way that Ronaldo will do? Martial doesn't have those instincts. He doesn't seem naturally a striker to me. And out on the left-hand side, I think there's less pressure on him to get the goals. Obviously, you're probably more reliant on assist. He's an intelligent player. And hopefully he can feel a bit more confident and a bit more comfortable out there and obviously have a bit more of an impact. Because up front, let's face it, me, Tony partial, I called him because he's in and out of games too much, as you've just said. Yeah. I want to see him drive at players. That's what he does best. When he drives at players, cuts in and he can whip it towards that far post. That's Martial's game. And with his back to goal, quite often I think we miss that. Don't get me wrong, his link up we've seen in phases, it can be very, very good. But as a whole, for me, he's just not a natural striker. He needs to be out on that wide, on the flank.
I think so as well with Ronaldo coming in. Ronaldo's played on the wing. He's going to do so much for all these kids. He's going to do so much for Greenwood. Yeah. He's going to do so much for Martial. Like you say, he's in and out of it. And I think we even saw that Ireland game. never in and out. You've always got to be ready. You're always on it,
Yeah.
because 5 minutes, bang, 2 goals, and we won the game. And, you know, that kind of player is going to, you know, these kids are going to do so much. And I'm so excited because they're going to be learning from the best now. And this is how you got to work. This is how you got to always, like you said, you always got to be switched on. And Ronaldo's not going to tolerate, you know, switching on and off. You know, you got to be on it all the time. He's going to be screaming at them. I'm excited.
It's got to be. It's got to be. He's going to demand more from them, and that's what I mean. Like, players ambling around and walking around and stopping and stuff like that, or giving the ball away carelessly. Ronaldo, he's not going to settle for that. He's going to demand more from the players, and surely that's going to be a positive. If Sancho is injured, to be fair, I wouldn't mind seeing Martial, Ronaldo, and Greenwood against Newcastle. Like I said, I felt he came on against Wolves, and he looked sharp. To be fair, a lot better than he has done centrally. So yeah, I think Martial getting a chance at left, I would not be shocked at that. My preferred choice would be Sancho, because I think we need to get a run of games. We need to settle him. But if it is that he's not fully fit, then I would not begrudge Martial getting a shout at that left-hand side, definitely. We will make sure, obviously, we will do a preview for that game as well. I'm going to get Kendall on as well to do a little preview for the Newcastle game. So I won't ask for Nat's prediction just yet. We'll have some time to think about it. Obviously, we're still in the international break at the minute. But yeah, Nat, to sum up this video, a fantastic start, obviously, for United ladies. You getting a shout out on Sky, which is class as well. But yeah, Nat, let people know where they can find you as well, so they can come and obviously follow you and check out your work.
Yeah. Natalie_17 on Twitter, Nutty Natty B on Instagram, and I'm over at All for United WFC, so we talk regularly about all different women's football. So, you know, love the Villa, come on, we'll be talking about Villa, about that game, and, you know, all different games in the WSL. So, you know, definitely check out that.
Go and check it out for sure, obviously, and definitely for those who are interested in the women's game, a lot of content over on All for United. So if you want some information, Nat's your girl, just go and check it out, definitely. But yeah, Nat, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Guys, of course, if you are new, please do hit that subscribe button, hit a like on the video. If we have missed your questions in the chat, like I said, do not do it on purpose, get through as many as I can, but just pop it underneath the video, and me and Nat will definitely check back there and reply to you. But yeah, all that's left to say is go and enjoy. I'm sure Soccer Aid's on shortly, so I bet a lot of you are going to go and watch that. I'm going to go and watch that as well. Have a good rest of your evening, a good weekend. Hopefully England get another win tomorrow as well. That would be nice. Another slab goal would be nice as well. But until next time, guys, take care, and we will see you very soon.